in there. What do you think the purpose is for me giving you the Patrick Henry speech? It's not a history lesson. There's two things I really want you to be able to learn from this lesson or from this speech. The first thing is that you're going to have disagreements with people. You're going to have disagreements with policy. You're going to have disagreements with a lot of things throughout life. You might even become a politician one day. And maybe you might remember when you're running for president of the United States or for U.S. Senate that everyone needs to be respected of their opinion. But you can always politely and with respect show them that you have a difference of opinion. And maybe you convince them and maybe you don't. Patrick Henry, what he did after he finished, he didn't go up to the guys that voted against it and said, "You're losers." He didn't say, "Get away." He didn't do that. There's still a respect there for them. There's just a difference of opinion. And that's very important. So that's one thing. The second thing is, and I keep saying this all the time, if you do not listen to the other side, if you do not hear them out and be able to refute what they're saying, not argue with them, being able to counter argue what they're saying, you've already lost the battle because they will never be able to listen to you. And yes, there will be people who won't listen. There will be people who will not listen to you, but the first one who gets angry, the first one who yells because of that loses that argument, even if you are right. Period. All right, so don't let that happen to you. All right, so there is a third part to this. There's a reason, because we have to write, right? So this is part of our English class. I want you to be able to summarize, and I'm going to introduce this SWBST mini lesson to you, and it's about the three little pigs. So there's a chart that you'll click on, and look, there's no assignment there for that. It's just a page, but I do want you to do the chart, so you'll have to download the chart. It's called the SWBST mini lesson form, all right? And this is what it looks like here. So let me go ahead and show it to you. Hello. There we go. There's another, when we get to Patrick Henry's form on the assignment, there's a different form, but you'll get the idea. So, but this is it here. There's a strategy. What it is, this is a strategy. It's a strategy for writing a summary. So somebody wanted, but, so, then. All right. So somebody, usually main character, wanted. They wanted to do something. There's a purpose. And then, but something's in the way. So what do they do next? And then, what's the resolution? So, and I set it up. I borrowed this from someone. I thought it was good, and it just kind of takes you through that. So we're going to look at the three little pigs. So once upon a time, there was a wolf who was hungry, and he. I don't know the whole story from memory, but you kind of remember it too. The wolf was hungry, and he was going to eat these pigs. Problem was the pigs had these houses. One lived in a straw house, one lived in a stick house, and the other lived in a brick house. So the wolf got the idea, says, okay, the pigs are hiding. I'm going to go to this first one. Oh, I'm going to blow this house down. He blows it down. The pig runs away to his brother's house. Brother's house lives in a stick thing. Wolf is still hungry. I'm going to do the same thing. So he blows that house down. He doesn't succeed in getting the pigs because they run to the other brother's house who has a brick house. And the wolf fails at blowing the house down. He can't get to the pigs. The pigs are safe. End of story, right? Everybody remembers that story. So what I've set up in here, this is kind of what you're going to do with Patrick Henry. Somebody who is the main character wanted pigs for dinner. Main character, Big Bad Wolf. But what's the problem? What's the conflict? That's our but. They kept hiding. They kept running away. They couldn't get there. So how does the main character, central character, solve the problem? He blows their house down, except for the one brick one. All right. And then, so there's the then. This is the resolution. For the wolf, there is no resolution. He failed. Okay. So, but still see that there is a resolution of the story. So up until now, it's all been about the central character. But the resolution is that the pigs were safe and the wolf went hungry. There was no resolution. He didn't get what he wanted. So you can actually put that. So how do you write that? Okay, so this is as simple as I can get it. I was going to put it in there for you, but I want you to write it. And you're just really writing what is right here on your page. You're just making sentences with it. So in the story titled, what's the story title? Three Little Pigs, right? In the story titled The Three Little Pigs, the big bad wolf is hungry and he's hunting these pigs. I mean, you can do it any way you want, but I want you to summarize the big bad wolf or the Three Little Pigs story. All right, so that's just practice. All right, so that's all you're doing. And there's another sheet that you can actually, I think you could type that on. If it's a PDF, you probably can't type it, but you can upload it to a Google Doc. You're not turning this in. All right, it's just a practice. All right, so what you are turning in, let me show you the next one. I know it's going to go to a NCFE thing. We're not doing NCFE, by the way. It should not. It's not published on your thing. Oh, good, it didn't go. All right. So you're going to summarize or go back through Patrick Henry's speech. I changed the due date. Originally, it was due today or tonight, so we can talk about it tomorrow. But I want to do extra time on this because you're just being introduced to the chart. The chart is on a Jamboard, and you're going to use that strategy to summarize the purpose of Henry's speech. What's the resolution? You know, what's the conflict? It's all in there. So, but it's just going to be your thing. I did include the speech again. The Jamboard kind of looks like this. I should have pulled it up earlier, so now I have to wait for the Jamboard. You should be able to do everything right here on the Jamboard. And I want you to fill in the boxes first and then do the summary, just like we just did with the Three Little Pigs, kind of. And again, I'm getting the squirrely, whirly wheel, whatever you want to call it, that it's thinking. There it goes, trying to come up. So, okay, come on. Dead air is supposed to be really bad. That's why people behind keep talking and stuff like that. Dead air is just really, really bad. So it's here. I'm still watching the swirly thing. I hope your computers are going a little bit faster. I don't know if it's my internet connection or something I have open. I mean, it could be my eCam. I just did an upgrade on one of my programs, and that's one of the programs I'm using today for this. So again, oh, here it comes. You can do an SWB chart just about everything. So we on first period, I even talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So what was, you know, if they were the main character, what was their problem? Their problem hadn't won a Super Bowl. What was their solution? How did they go through it? One, they hired Brady. So, all right. So this is what it looks like. So, and you should be able to write in that somebody, Patrick Henry, wanted to do what, but the problem, the solution to the problem, what was the solution, and then what's the final resolution. And then I just want a summary sentence of this. Tell me about Patrick Henry. Tell me about what you come up with on those things. And that's it. Pretty simple, right? So if you have any questions on that, that's fine. We'll work on that tomorrow, and I have something else that I'm going to introduce tomorrow as well. Not really introduce, it's going to be old hat. But this is, again, I'm trying to keep things light this week, especially because you took that ACT. I almost said SAT. Well, which means I just said SAT, but so the ACT. So go back through Patrick Henry, and you're basically summarizing in a sentence, or maybe a sentence or two, his speech. All right, so thanks, guys.